Hello everyone. In this video we'll just talk about the essential topics of JavaScript before learning Reactjs. Okay, if you would like to move to the React world, so before that there are some concepts that you should know about that. Okay, these are very essential topics because if you don't learn these concepts, the Reactjs learning will be hard for you and it will take too much time for you. But if you learn these concepts well, then the Reactjs will be very easy for you to learn just in a few days. So first of all, you should know the basic of the JavaScript, and also if you it would be better if you tried and attempted a few projects using JavaScript. So then you decided to move to the Reactjs, as you know that the React is the JavaScript library and it is very powerful, and some of the biggest projects are created using Reactjs in the world, and also it is capable of creating big and large web applications, but that is hard using vanilla JavaScript. So in this series, our first concept that we would like to talk about and explore it, that is functions and arrow functions in JavaScript. Okay, as you know that the functions is a block of code that performs a particular task, and a function takes argument and perform a task using the argument and return a result. And the functions are used to create functional component in Reactjs. And now let's create and declare a function. So first of all, we need to write the function keyword. After that, the name of the function, like that is plus, and then a parenthesis, and after that curly braces. Okay, this is the syntax of a function, and we can return a result from function like this. Okay, so now let's pass a parameter, for example a, and we write here a plus 4. So this is just a simple and common function that we are writing everywhere, and if you would like to call it, so we can call it using the function name plus and pass a number to this. Okay, it will return a result to us. And the arrow function is just an alternative way of writing functions. They are more compact, and also they contain deliberate limitations. We can rewrite the, for example, we want to write this function again using arrow function. Okay, to write this function, so we will just write a variable. Okay, const or let, I will prefer the const, then a name, for example plus 4 is equal to, okay, it is just a variable, then write equal sign, after that parenthesis, then equal and greater than sign, and after that curly braces. So this is the syntax for arrow function, okay, which is used too much in Reactjs. So if you would like to pass the parameters to this, you can write them here. Okay, like for example a, and let's return a plus 4. So this is syntax of arrow function. If you would like to call it, so you can call the same, but right now we have just one line of code. Okay, but the arrow function has this ability to write without these curly braces like this. Okay, we can write const plus 4 is equal to, we can write, okay, without these parentheses also, and we can write these parentheses also, no matter. Okay, let's write like this, and it will return as a plus 4. It is the shorthand syntax of the arrow function. We can write like this also if you have just one line of code, but if you have more than one line of code, then we can use these curly braces. And also if we have just one argument, so then we can write without these parentheses. If we have more than one, or we don't have any argument, so then we will write these parentheses with that. So this was all about the function and the arrow function, that which are very essential, and explore them very well, which are important for learning Reactjs. And now let's move to our second concept, which is how to use objects inside JavaScript. Okay, so let's clean it. As you know that the objects allows us to store a collection of data, and the data are stored in a pair of curly braces in the format of key value pair. Let's create an example for that. Let's, for example, let my object is equal to, inside we are using these curly braces to write data inside this using the format of key value pair. Okay, name, for example Yusuf, and also age, for example 23, and you can write some other gender like male or female. Okay, So we are writing object like this is the syntax of object. This key should be a string, not a name. For example, if you write like this a number here, so that is a syntax error. You should not write like this in the key. But the this is key and this is a value with us. So to access this data from this object, for that we have two ways to get these data from objects. We have a dot notation and one is the bracket notation. So for example, I want to print the name using dot notation. So for that, let's print it on the console.log. Okay, we will write like this: my object. This is dot notation dot name. Okay, using dot notation we can access the value of object like this. But in bracket notation we will write like this. Okay, console.log my object, then the bracket, then right here for example age. So we will access our age using this is dot notation and this is the bracket notation that we can access data from object. Also we can have objects inside this and array inside this object. Okay, like this for example. Okay, brothers for example. Okay, it is an array. We will write in array example Asif, Khalil. Okay, these are brothers which we wrote in array. If you would like to write in object like, okay, for example car, the properties of car, model 2020 and color example black. So we can access these values also. Okay, let's access them. If we want to access for example the brothers, okay, just we can simply write like this dot brothers. So it will print all the brothers to us. Let's check it. Okay, let's write node.js. See, we have Yusuf 23, the first two console, and then the third brothers. We have printed all the brothers. If you want to print just the second, the first or third one, we can use bracket notation and the index because it is in array with us. Let's run it again. See, we just printed the first one array. And also we can access the object like this car. Save it and let's run. See, we accessed all these. We can access the model also or color also dot model. Let's save it and let's run the command. See, we just access the 2020. So if you would like to access all these values, so we can use them the array methods which we will discuss later. Okay, so this was all about the object. Now let's move to another concept which is destructuring the objects. Okay, for example, we have this object. Okay, we want to distract this object. For destructuring this object, it means we will write like this. Okay, const for example, we will use this curly braces and then we will distract is equal to with my object. We will distract now these values from this object. We will write like this. Okay, if we want to access name, just simply write like name. Okay, we distracted the name, so we can simply write like this. Instead of writing my object.name, write like this simply name and let's check it. See, we printed just our name. Okay, so this is the destructuring. We can distract all the properties, name, age, gender, brothers. We can distract all these values. So this is how we can distract the objects. Okay, we can distract these brothers, cars and everything we want, so we can distract like this. If you write brothers also we can access them. Okay, let's print them brother and let's write it. See, we just printed our brothers. So we can access all these values using distracting, okay, to distract the object. Now let's move to another concept which is how to use arrays and array methods inside the JavaScript. Okay, so let's first of all I will create an array, then I will define it to you and also the functions that we would like to use of array. Let's remove it and let's create an array. Fruits is equal to banana, grapes, mango. These are fruits with us. Okay, so let's first of all define it. Arrays are special type of objects that store data in an ordered, okay, in ordered format, and array methods are built-in functions that can be called on an array. Okay, first of all the array which store the data in ordered form, and then we have methods of the arrays which will be called on this array, which are built-in functions. An array has a lot of methods, but the very used and common that we will use too much in Reactjs, those are map method, filter, and reduce. So now we will create an example for all of these methods. First of all, let's use the map function. So for that, let's use fruits. We will print this data, okay, data using map function. So let's first of all define, okay, the map function. The map function is used to iterate through the elements of an array. Okay, it iterates through the elements of an array. Let's do it. Okay, fruits dot map function, and inside this we will create a callback function. So for the callback function, let's first of all write, for example, we will pass a value to this callback function that is like item or fruit if. Okay, then we will create this function like this, and inside this we will print the data. We will write console.log f. So what is this? This f means, as we discussed before in the arrow function, this is just in a function with us, okay, in anonymous function which without any names. So we created this callback function. In this callback function we got this one parameter argument. Okay, this argument is this elements that we are getting. Okay, first of all will it iterate through this array. It will go take this banana, then grapes, and then mango. Okay, and then we will print one by one inside using this console. So let's run it and check it. Okay, move to the terminal, and inside the terminal we will just write node.js. Let's run it. See, we got banana, grapes, and mango. So this was the usage of map function. We can use and move through all the elements of an array using map function whenever you want to print a list and print a list of the data. So for the array printing we are using map function, because map function goes through all elements of an array. And now let's move to the second function, which is filter function. The filter function is used it returns all items. Okay, it returns all the items of an array that match a specific condition. Whenever you would like to apply a condition on your array, so it will return the data based on that condition. So let's use it. Okay, it is the same. Let's use, instead of map we will use filter, and here we will just get the if data and we will return. Let's write like this. That is okay. Let's remove all this data. It is one line of code. We will just directly write console.log f.length was greater than 5. So what it will do, whenever it moves through these elements, so it will just check the length of every element. If the length was greater than 5, so it will console that. Otherwise that it will skip that. Let's save it and let's run it. So it has printed true and false for us. It means the first two are true and the second one is false with us. Okay, the length of these two are greater than 5, but the length of this is less than 5 or 5. Okay, but the condition was if that was greater than 5. But if you want to print the element, so for that then we need to write like this. Okay, remove the console and let's assign it to a new array const new array, for example, is equal to with this, and now let's console it. Console.log new array. Save it and let's print it now. See, we got just banana and grapes. So this was the filter method. Now we will move to the reduce method. The reduce method used to iterate through all elements of an array, then take an action for every element. Okay, take an action for every element of the array, then carry the result to another iteration. Okay, to another iteration which comes. Okay, for example, take an action on this element and take the result to this element, then take action on this, then take the result to this until the last one. Okay, let's create an example for that. Const numbers is equal to, we would like to get the total number, total of these numbers 6, 8 and 10. So let's find the total of these number 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10. So for that we will use the reduce method like this. Okay, numbers dot reduce and after that we will get a function here. So in the function let's pass two parameter, okay, a callback function. We will see this is the suggestion, okay, the previous value and the current value. Let's create it. The previous value, for example, sum, comma, then right now the number, which is the number, okay, number. And that is sum plus is equal to num, comma, 0. So I will explain it to you, okay. This is the reduce method. It take an action for every element of the array, okay. For it took action for this element, okay, 2. This is the total. The total right now, the initial value is 0, okay. The sum right now we don't have any value inside this, and this num is 2 with us, okay. This 2, what it will do, it will just sum, add these values. Sum plus is equal to with num, okay. It means sum equal to sum plus num. So it will, whenever it add 0 plus 2, 2. After that, what it will do, it will store 2 inside sum, and it will again come in the num, it will take 4, okay. In the 4, it will, when it come 2 here and 4, it will become 6. Then 6 plus 8 plus 10. So let's console the result, okay. Const result is equal to console.log result. Let's save it and let's store it. See the total number, the total of these number is 30. 10 plus 8, 18, and 24, and 28, and 30. This is the total that we have printed using. So this is the usage of the reduce method. Now let's move to destructuring of array, okay. To destructure array, it means to extract values from an array. So for that we will like this, okay. As we did the object destruction, we will do now the array destruction. For that we can write const, right, for example, we destruct these values from this array, numbers array. We write 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 is equal to numbers. So it will destruct all these values from this numbers array, and it will be stored. 2 will be inside 2, 4 inside 4, 6 inside 6, 8 and 10. Also we can print them and use these variables now, 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. And also we can do, if you would like to skip some of them, so we can write like this, okay. For example, we want to skip 4 and 6, just remove the variable, just write comma. By putting the comma, we can skip the values. So sorry, for array destructuring we should use these brackets, okay. So now it is okay. For array destructuring we should use like this. So it was all about destructuring the array, as we destructure the objects, and now we destructure the array. So it was all about array methods and destructuring the arrays. Another concept is the spread operator, okay. The spread operator is used to expand array into individual elements. I will give you an example for that, okay. But the common usage of the spread operator is that whenever you are updating an array or an object, we will use the spread operator. I will just give you an example right now. For example, this is an array with us. We want to add one another value to this. So to update this at the runtime dynamically, so for that we are writing like this, okay. Const new array is equal to, we want to just copy this array, okay. Copy this array and add another value to that. We will write like this, numbers, spread operator, then number, then we will add one another, for example 12. So let's console it now. Console.log new array, like this. Let's run it. See, we got 12 also, okay, because we have added the 12. Also I will give you another example. For example, you have persons or people is equal to, you have an array of objects, okay. Inside this you have name, age, 20, you have one another object, and you want to dynamically add this array of objects. For example, you want to add one another user, okay. So to add another user, for that we are updating this list. Let's close this. we are updating this list, okay, of people. So for that we are using, whenever we are updating this list of the objects, we are using the spread operator. Let's add an object. We will write like this, okay, const obj, our new obj is equal to our previous people. Okay, now we will add another object, name Yusuf, age 23. Let's console it now. Let's console it before console.log people console.log obj. Let's console it now. See, this is the first console which we got 2 records, and for the second time we got these 3 records. Okay, the Yusuf was also added. So this is the usage of spread operator. I hope you got this. Another concept will be ternary operators. The ternary operator is a short one-line conditional operator to replace if-else. Okay, we are using if-else, but the ternary operator replaces the if-else. It is really useful when it comes to quickly checking a condition, to render a component, updating a state, or displaying some text or something else. Okay, let's now check the condition of the syntax of the ternary operators. So first of all, we are using if-else. Okay, here we are assigning our condition, whatever that is, and if that was true, so here we will write the code for true, and if that was false, so here we will write the code for false. But in ternary operators, what we will do, we will write here our condition, then if that was true, we will write, okay, we will just place this question mark. Okay, if that was true, then it will execute this part of code. If that was false, let's the second one is we will use colon. Okay, after calling if that was false, we will place our code for false. Okay, if the condition was true, it will execute this code. If that was false, it will execute this code. Now let's create an example for this. We can also create a nested if else. Okay, for example, instead of false, you can write another condition. If that was true, execute this. If that was false, execute this line of code. Okay, you can do like this. I can go on. Let's create now an example for this. If else, I hope that you know about if else, but we will use the ternary operator to create an example. I wrote just this simple example. Okay, if the a was greater than 10, it will print as greater than 10. If that was smaller than 10, it will print as smaller than 10. Let's check it. Okay, we will just write node.js greater than 10. Let's change it. Okay, for example, to 8. Again greater than 10. If a was, oh sorry, we should change it to the 8. Now let's check it. See, smaller than 10. If it is 10, what will happen again? Okay, for example, it is 10. So let's check it now. See, smaller than 10, but it is not smaller than 10. For that, we will write another condition. We will write if a was equal to with 10. So then write for us console.log equal to 10. Else smaller than 10. Let's check it now. C equal to 10. So it is all about a ternary operator. So we can create it. It is very simple and easy to write the ternary operators. Another in the last concept that we will discuss, that is let's write it, promises plus async await keywords dot then and dot catch. We will discuss all these. Okay, these are the essential topics that you should know about what is promises and how to use async and await and .catch. Okay, to use all of these, you have the link for the description part. That will have a detailed video about these, and also you can check above. There is a link for you, so you can check that and watch that video. Also, that is just 5 or 6 minutes video, so you can learn all these concepts also. So this was the video and series for the essential topics of JavaScript before moving to the Reactjs. Okay, just first of all learn these concepts and think about this and use them and just create a few projects, then move to the React. That will be very easy for you to just learn in a few days Reactjs. Okay, Reactjs is not harder. That is very simple and easy to write the code using Reactjs, and you will just enjoy it. So I hope this video was helpful for you. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.